Okay, YouTubers, I want to point out the fact that it is election time in Philippines, both presidential and governor, I think, and mayors, councillors, all that stuff is election coming up now in May. Now, if you remember what some of these politicians did to your life, to your friends, to your neighbors, to your countrymen, and I'm not talking only about the Philippines, I'm talking about anywhere in the world, then you should not vote for those idiots. Of course not. I really hope people have woken up and realized that these lockdowns, these restrictions, breaking every human right, they have been crazy. And those politicians, from presidents to prime ministers to whatever kind of governmental system you have, mayors, governors, if they were promoting to break the constitution of your country and also to break human rights, I would say that the human rights declaration should be respected above a country's own constitution when it comes to human rights, because some countries are prone to not only corruption but power grab. I mean, there are people who really love to hassle with you and your life, to push you down, to control you. These are devil-possessed people who are running the errands of Satan himself. So if you are stupid enough to vote for those idiots, then you deserve another lockdown, another forced vaccination, losing your income, whatever. Don't be stupid, man. Don't be stupid. Tell those idiots to leave office and put in some decent, freedom-loving people who respect you and your privacy, your freedom. There is no reason to bow down and lick the feet of any person on this earth. Jesus said, go out in the streets. Now the mayor said, stay home, do not go out. Jesus said, go out in all the world. But then I said, no, you cannot leave the country. Jesus said, gather in meetings for teaching and prayers. They said, no gathering, no gathering. What is this? Can you see how crazy? Because of what they say, it's a virus. And of course, I have been demonetized, not only demonetized, blocked by YouTube for saying such things like a year ago and more. But if you really think that we had a pandemic, a terrible pestilence with this COVID stuff, then, and they say, oh, so and so many cases, that has nothing to do with cases. Are you crazy, idiot? Now, I saw some report that they say that 10 times more of the people that have been registered with being infected, 10 times more has really been infected. So what does that mean? That means that, okay, so let's say in your country, maybe there were 5 million infected people by this totally harmless virus. 5 million, okay? Now, if the real deal is 10 times more, that means that 50 million people were infected. It also means that the probability of die from that virus is also 10 times less. So now before it was it was 0.001% chance that you would die from being infected. But you would be surprised to hear that if it's true that it's actually 10 times more, then it's not 0.01%, it's 0.001% chance, which is far less dangerous than influenza. In this country here in the Philippines, we have dengue fever, we have, my son had it, I had it. There are real problems in this country and in the world, real problems. Now these politicians, they grabbed on, and they still grab on here. So you have to use a mask, and I mean it's crazy. Now it's gonna be curfew because of election. It's gonna be curfew for 16 days. They say, oh yeah, there are so many dangerous criminal elements during election time. But then I ask myself, why are they only active in the election time, these dangerous elements? Because they want to get rid of those who are in power. That's why. That is called democracy. Democracy. I know here in the Philippines, many places, the whole area, whole provinces, actually the whole country, are governed by family dynasties. So it is really difficult for newcomers to come into the political scene. That's why I love Donald Trump, because Donald Trump, he was a businessman. He never had ambitions to be president, but he has said for years, when he was interviewed about it, he said that maybe someday if I see it's necessary, I have to step up and do something about it. So now, if you make the same, if you elect the same people that made your life a living hell, then you deserve to live in that hell in the future. Be wise, use your brain, and use your freedom of election, of voting, if you have in your country. Okay, that's what I want to say. Thank you so much. God bless.